What's up, plant family? Devin is here, and I wanted to make a quick video giving some tips on how to really know when our plants are ready to be transplanted, and then some tips on how to actually get them transplanted correctly. All right, so here you can see I have my beautiful philodendron lemon lime. It is absolutely stunning in this little yellow cash pot, and I have this philodendron white knight over here. What's the difference? Well, you can tell they are both in the same exact size container, but the lemon lime is absolutely filling out the pot, whereas this white knight is not even close. That's your first sign that yes, perhaps the plant is ready to be transplanted. Now, concerning houseplants, it's absolutely essential that we keep our small plants in small containers like this until they have absolutely overgrown the size of that container. Generally, when they're growing in too much soil and they're swimming in all of this excess soil, they really just tend to stagnate. They're never induced to actually grow. So if you have a plant that has just not been growing at all and you don't know why, perhaps consider the size of the container that it's growing in. I previously had this guy in a larger pot that was about 8 inches and it didn't do anything, so I transplanted it to a smaller pot. Then it quickly started to take off, grow out, and fill out this little 4-inch container. So now that we can visually tell that it has outgrown the pot above surface, we need to make sure that it's also growing out of the container within the pot itself. So the next thing that we need to do, we need to caress the plant out of the pot and take a look at the roots and see how they are growing. All right, so we'll do this very nice and gently. There you go. And you can see those beautiful roots are filling out that container and they're starting to wrap around. Now you can see as they wrap around against that sides of the soil, that is your cue that yes, it has outgrown this little container and it is due for a repotting into a larger pot. And because we want to make sure that it's not going to be swimming in soil in the next size container, the best rule of thumb is to gradually transplant to a container that is just one size larger. That typically means 1 inch greater on each side of the pot. So this, we'll take our little ruler and you can see this is a like 3.5, 4-inch pot. So that means we want to go for a 6-inch pot for the next size. So I've chosen this beautiful pot that my mom created. And you can see this is a 6-inch pot. That's the perfect size container to get this planted in. All right, from here, we have our nice tropical house plant soil mix. And we can start by putting some of the soil into the pot. Let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good. We'll add just a little bit more, because the next thing that we will do is we will break these roots up a little bit, just nice and gently, sort of caress these roots. We want to break up that circulating pattern that these roots are making. So just sort of do your best to take them out of that circulation. So now you can see it's a little bit shorter now, so we'll put a little bit more soil in there, get it nice and centered, and we will fill in the sides. And of course, the very most important thing when we are transplanting it is to ensure that all of those roots are underneath the soil. Because as we remember, roots are what transport moisture in the soil into the leaves. So if roots are exposed to the air, that means that the roots will dry out before transporting that moisture into the leaves, and your plant will not be happy. I always like to give it a nice little pat down. And lastly, we will give it some water, pat it down a little bit better just to really double check, make sure those roots are nice and covered. And voila, now you know how to easily, safely, securely, and lovingly transplant your houseplants to the next size container, ensuring that they will continue to grow rapidly and beautifully exactly as you want them. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to our channel. We're bringing new plant-related content every single week. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you soon. Ciao.